Hi all my lovies, I am Lady Stars of Fire. My real name is Michelle Espinosa. This is part 1 of the weekly healing messages for July 2nd through the 9th. Now, wow, oh my god, so much is going on. You have 7, I don't know why I'm doing this, you have 7 planets going retrograde this week from the 4th to the 10th. And here's your kicker. Jupiter is going direct on the 10th. So this is Jupiter's week of giving the slap down of anything that didn't get through your thick head while it was in retrograde. Jupiter is all about abundance, higher knowledge, and this higher knowledge, abundance, and basically it's the magnet. It is magnification. It is in Scorpio, which is speaking to us on the universal level of the 8th house, what it is we're responsible for, our children, our taxes, our what it is we share in relationships that the relationship is responsible for in any form of what it might be. Remember, you have a relationship with any and everything you love. If you have no money, you know about your relationship with no money. If you have no car, no job, you know about your relationships with those things. So it's not just your friends and your loved one. But Scorpio is also the mystery of life. It speaks to us of creation, death, and rebirth. So it has the mastery of magic within it itself and reproduction. So that gives Jupiter the ability to make this change. You have 7 planets in retrograde, and Spirit is telling me we got retrograde wrong. We're misunderstanding retrograde. We think retrograde means that the planet has turned inwardly and it's only talking to us. That part is right. When a planet has turned inwardly and it's representing whatever it is it speaks about, like Saturn, rules, walls, and boundaries, it's only now talking to us about where those rules, walls, and boundaries are right or wrong. Yes, it is doing that. It has turned inward and it is talking to us, but we're viewing it wrong. They were like, when it goes retrograde, you might as well put the energy of Jupiter behind it. So you've got 7 planets in retrograde. And I say 7 because, like I said, Chiron, as far as I'm concerned, even though it's a comet, I count it a retrograde. And Vista, which is your home and your hearth, is also in retrograde. So this is a very powerful week. And Jupiter is magnifying all 7 planets. Okay? This is why this energy is coming up. However, Spirit says, man, it's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. Don't blow everything out of proportion. And if it doesn't affect your heart and everything that is morally important to you and your soulfulness, let some of that shit go. Because Spirit says this week it is incredibly important for you, especially you empaths and your light workers and all of you divine beings who are learning how to come into your energy. Get out of the 3rd dimension. The 3rd dimension has too much lower energies that are rising because of these 7 retrograde planets. And because of that, you need to rise above this, the 3rd dimensional energy, because that is where divine wisdom is found. That's also where the joy and forgiveness is found, and of life. The 3rd dimension has too much ego. Get out of it. Get out of it as much as you can is what I'm being told. Stay out of it so that your manifestation of those retrograde planets can work for a manifestation in a positive way, because you were smart enough to be out of that 3rd dimension and lifted up into the higher ones. It's all about vibrational energy, honey, and even though people around you may not have it, it's important for you to maintain yours high. Now, with that being said, I am being told that it's a lot of change of consciousness going on this week, and Spirit gives me the magic mushroom, but not just the magic mushroom. Spirit reminds me, mushrooms, there are many mushrooms out there. Some are poisonous and some are not. This speaks to us also of that 3rd dimensional energy. Basically, I can take this stuff really far, but I don't have enough time. It speaks to us of that 3rd dimensional energy. Is some of that 3rd dimensional energy poisonous to you? I'm being told by Spirit, think of the psychedelic energy of shrooms, more or less. I'm not telling you to go out and do shrooms, but I'm saying think of that energy. If you're around a bad environment, you're going to have a bad trip. If you're not, you might have a good trip. Point blank. Don't put yourself in a bad trip is what Spirit is saying. Point blank. Get into the vibrational energy of what that enchanted magical mushroom can bring to you. Whether it's actually doing it or not, we are speaking of a metaphor here. It's speaking to us of changing of consciousness. And it's telling us again, just don't give yourself a bad trip. If it's not that big of a deal, let it go. Because what is a big deal, you are manifesting. And you want to make sure you're manifesting right. It speaks to us also of remembering mushrooms come with fairy rings. So it speaks to us of jumping into the other realm itself. But they appear overnight like the energy that's going to be coming in this week. And it speaks to us again of our deeper thoughts, our deeper understanding of what that mushroom actually stands for. It is thought in some areas of the world. It is connected also in the Bible too, that the mushroom also has a connection with the tree of life. It also is thought by many, although some don't like to admit it because of the way religion is, it is thought that it is the manna that the Israelites were given in the Bible when they had to live in the desert to sustain them and keep them happy while they had to live there. It is also a connection, like I said, with the tree of life, but it's a connection also with the Hebrew Nen, who swims in the mem, which is the fish who swim in the water, the hidden waters, like the magic mushroom, and the different levels of the dimensions that are able to reach up to the all-in, which is the reaching to the skies, reaching to the light, and then being able to connect to the light, which is the valve, the hook. It has so many deeper connections, but we're just going to stick at what's easier to understand and stick with the idea of don't give yourself a bad trip. Stay out of the lower dimensional ego energies. I'm also given spider this week, but not spider. I'm given the web. The web is so important because what they show us is, are you spinning a web or are you caught in it? That's what you need to realize. And of course, the white moth. Now I'm running out of time, so you can check Facebook for the runes for this week. But I have Induus, and Induus is the key here. It's all about your four, your emotional, your mental, your spiritual, and your physical balance. It's about your inner nourishment and strengthening your inner resources, because you will be going through Uraz, and you will be going through Dagaz. And I do see both Dagaz and Inuus in the astrology. Check back and I'll go over the astrology with you on the next video. I love you, baby. You've got the power to do everything you want to do. Just don't get caught in that ego third dimensional world. Remember, it's not all exactly real. I love you.